Have you placed selfish concerns over those of the relationship? Shown disrespect, lied, betrayed, disregarded tender feelings, been critical, not shown appreciation, let your anger erupt into abuse, disappointed your partner? Have you broken an agreement? Have you denied responsibility for your actions or choices? Have you gossiped? Guilty. I love the gossip. Not respected privacy, taking advantage, manipulated or controlled. Have you been greedy? Have you retaliated and so forth? Any of y'all done any of that kind of stuff? Woo! Devising your list requires careful examination of conscience, a willingness to see your own inadequacies. You know what you've done. You know. And a desire to work on them. Do the remaining steps together with your partner. Woo! So, first, he's saying, boy, you got to look at yourself, acknowledge to yourself. That's hard to do. Can y'all do that in your journals? Can y'all do step one? Write down acknowledgement of have done. Where have I fallen short of offering the 5 A's? Where have you fallen short of giving attention, acceptance, affection, appreciation, or allowing? Okay, this is not about feeling shame. We don't want anybody feeling bad about themselves, but you do need to take accountability. Maybe you withheld affection when you were irritated. Maybe you ignored someone's need for space. Maybe you dismissed someone's feelings and got defensive. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. For example, you could say, I realized to yourself, you could say, I realize I haven't been listening to my partner when they talk about work stress. Sometimes I zone out, I change the subject, and that's a failure on my part to really give attention. And I'm going to own that. What is it in your life that y'all going to own? Write it in your journal. Make a list. Make a list of it. Hi. Okay, that's step one. Admit it. You have to admit it to yourself. Okay, let's move on to step two. Admit your deficiencies in words. Admitting wrongdoing touchingly combines pride and humility. The toxic dimension of something you are ashamed of does not reside in the horror about what you have done, but in the isolated way in which you hold it. So the crime is not in doing it, the crime is in covering it up. That's the crime. Keeping it a secret does more harm to you than having done it. The tragedy is that the more hidden your pain, the more you lose your chance for comfort and release. As Shakespeare says, Lord, he's quoting Shakespeare. Okay, as Shakespeare says in Macbeth, give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak whispers, the overwrought heart, and bids it break. Lord, Shakespeare is a tough one to get through. Oh my gosh. Okay, so David Rico is saying like the toxic dimension of shame doesn't lie in what you've done, but it lies in how you try to cover it up. Like you're secretly carry it. So you're carrying this around. And he's quoting Shakespeare here, and I had to look it up because I don't really know Shakespeare words. But he's saying that give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak, the overfraught heart, and bids it break. Okay, so I think what he's saying there is when we silence our remorse, it gets buried away and it festers.